Hi and welcome to the Navitrans video series. My name is Stijn and in this video I will show you how you can manage the Belgium kilometer tax in Navitrans. There are 4 ways to invoice the toll costs to the customer: via a price increase to an existing price list, by creating a new service, using a model file, and at last creating a tariff table based on zones. To add a price increase to an existing price list, I'll go to Departments, Transport and Forwarding, Tariffs, and now open up the tariff tables. I'll adjust this tariff. Let me first show you the details. So this is a tariff based on kilometer, and there's a price per unit attached to it. The price can be adjusted via the adjust button in the ribbon. And now I'll increase the amount by 10%. A new period can be created by ticking off the box, and the new tariff will be valid from the 1st of April until the end of April. Then I go to the top and click on Apply. Do you wish to adjust the tariff table? Yes. I'll go to Periods Overview. You now see the period and the price increase per unit. This adjustment will then be in use starting the 1st of April. In the second step, I'll explain how to add toll as a service to a customer or sub-department. First, we will create a service via Departments, Transport and Forwarding, Basic Data, Services. I'll click on New and fill in the code name toll. As a description, I'll use toll services. You need to fill in the product posting group and the VAT product posting group. I'll set it up as a service, and in this case there will be no VAT. I'll confirm by clicking on OK. Next, I'm going to create a tariff table. So via Tariffs, then Tariff Tables. I'll create a new tariff. And I'll give it the code name Toll Surcharge. And copy the name to the description. The tariff is valid for 1 year. Then we will set up the unit code, which will be based on the transport price, as the toll surcharge is a percentage of the transport price. I'll create a new unit code with a code name TPT, which refers to the transport, and click on Edit. We'll use transport price as a calculation method, in which it will calculate all transport services on a file or a shipment. I'll now tick off percentage and go to the details. The amount applicable for the transport price should be as high as possible, as this refers to the total transport price. So I'll fill in to unit 1. And then fill, for instance, 8% as a price per unit, as this is the surcharge on the transport price for the kilometer tax. I'll close the tariff table detail and set the tariff as approved. Next, I'll need to link the service to a customer or a sub-department. And in this case, I'll use a sub-department. So via basic setup, departments, sub-departments. I'll choose a full truckload sub-department and attach the service. So I click on New, fill in the service code toll, and fill in the tariff toll surcharge. Next, I'll close all of the pages. And I'll start by creating a new file. I'll use a single shipment order. And then use our sub-department full truckload. The principal will be Auchan. The loading address is at Villeneuve-d'Ascq. And the unloading address will be in Antwerp. In the services, you'll notice an extra service line is calculated. When we have a look at the detail, you'll see the percentage is applied on the total transport price. I'll close the detail card, and again at the top the first service line shows you the total transport price on which the toll surcharge is calculated. In the following step, I will show you how you can create a model file to register toll cost and service. Then the services and costs are immediately taken over when creating a file. Via departments, transport and forwarding, transport, we have model file consultation. I'll click on new and create a new one. Choose single shipment order as a transport type. I'll fill in the details. Sub-department less than truckloads. I'll skip the reference. I'll say it's valid for 1 year. And as a principal, I'll set up B-card. It needs to be approved to use the model file when creating files. I will not fill in the frequency, as this is used for recurring transport orders via the create files from model files functionality. However, this will not be shown in this video. Let's fill in the loading address, B-kaart, and the unloading address, Noord-Natie terminals. I'll skip the goods line as this depends on the order of the customer. So I go to Services. If you have a service code, you click on New and add a service referring to the kilometer tax. In my case, this is toll. I'll fill in the unit price, which is based on the simulation of this route. I will also add the costs. Click on New, and my cost code is the same as the service. I will fill in the fictional vendor BE toll. And again fill in the unit price. So we have set up a model file with a loading and unloading address, plus services and costs attached to it. Let's go back to the role center and create a new file via the file consultation. I'll use a single shipment order as a transport type. I'll fill in the details and set B-kaart as a principal. The principal code is shown in green, so a model file is detected. Go to model shipment and the filters are applied. So only model files within that range will be visible. I'll choose the last one. And all the details are taking over from the model file as well as the service. You're now able to see there's a service line added. And for the costs, the same cost line is shown as well. In the last step, I will explain how you can create a tariff table based on zones to automatically charge expected toll costs to customers. First, we will need to set up zones via departments, transport and forwarding, tariffs, and then go to the zone division. We have already one set up, Belgian provinces, and I will show you the details by going to zones. So basically what you'll be doing, in this case the zones are based on the provinces in Belgium. And for each province, for instance West Flanders, you give it a zone code, description and a country code. Also a major planning zone can be linked. Once set up, you need to fill in the postal codes that will be applied within that zone. Let me show you how this can be done. I'll remove the one for Antwerp. Now let's fill it in again. First the zone code, then description Antwerp, country Belgium, and I can attach the major planning zone to it. I'll show you the details and filter on the zone code. Here we have Belgium all. And in detail you notice that all the postal codes that exist in Belgium will be applied. So I've set up the zones, and now you need to add the postal codes from 2000 until 2999. You enter the last one and you see this page popping up. Then close by clicking on Escape. We have set up the zones and I'll go back to tariffs. I'll go to level matrix. This is used to create all combinations between different zones, so all the transports between those zones. I'll click on new and create a new one, fill in the code, the description, and then use the zones that we have set up earlier for zone 1 and zone 2. Next, I need to allocate the levels to take over all the zones. In the table, you have the combinations of zones 1 and 2. You can make it symmetric, which is used when the price of going to zone 1 to zone 2 is the same as going the other way around from zone 2 to zone 1. The last step is to create a tariff table and attach the level matrix to the tariff. I'll create a new tariff. So click on new, give it the code name zone-based kilometer tax. I'll set it up for 1 year. The unit code will be level, which refers to the level matrix and allows me to choose my level matrix code, Belgium kilometer tax. Then via the create detail lines on the tab actions, all of the combinations will be filled in automatically. I'll show you the details. So all the combinations are set up, however a price is not attached. A second unit code could also be used, for instance, the number of pallets or kilometers, which allow you to have a more detailed price calculation. However, in this case, we'll use a fixed price per zone. The easiest way to fill in all the details is by exporting the tariff detail lines to Excel. I'll fill in the fixed price and copy the amounts to all the different combinations. Now let's save the Excel file. And give it the name referring to the tariff. I'll save it and close the Excel file. Do note, the detail lines in the current tariff table need to be cleared first before importing. The detail lines have been deleted, and I'll go back to Actions and do an import detail of my Excel file. Let's have a look at the details. And as you see, all of the lines have been given a fixed price. I'll close the tariff table detail and click on Approved. The last thing you'll need to do is to add the tariff to a sub-department or a customer. I've shown you 4 ways to invoice the kilometer tax to the customer: via an increase of the price list, by creating a new service, using a model file, and at last creating a new tariff table based on zones. Thank you for watching the Navitrans video.